You knew that was going to happen. Absolute disaster. I'm joined, me and John, and I've sent out a couple of links as well to anyone if they can brave up coming on a post match. Thank you very much, John, for taking the time out, and most importantly, everyone, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button down below if you want to just enjoy football and enjoy, hopefully see Liverpool win some games this season. That'd be nice. But John, thank you for coming on, mate, as I said. And chat, big up everyone. If you are enjoying tonight's episode, please do drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. We're going to be delving into a lot tonight, chat as well. So get your comments in, get your thoughts and opinions, most importantly. Everyone on this channel's thoughts will be respected, and everyone respect each other in the comments as well. Not everyone's going to agree to disagree with everyone's points, but please don't be respectful of everyone's opinions. And as I said, I will be featuring everyone's comments. If people do agree or disagree with everyone's points, respect everyone's points. And obviously, you probably will disagree with a lot of what me and John are about to say, but it has to be said because we're not going to sit here on a post-match, John, are we? And coat over it like that. We've all bear witness to that absolute utter shambles. But John, I was saying to you, mate, before we come on and chat, if you haven't watched Jurgen Klopp's interview, I think he's done. I honestly watched that interview, and we all know Jurgen Klopp to be as charismatic as he is. And I watched that interview, and I was saying to John before we come on here, if these results keep on, or it wouldn't surprise me in the next 48 hours, 68 hours, or whatnot, I've got a feeling Jurgen Klopp will walk. Because he's a man of principle, he's a man of honour. And like we've seen in his time at Dortmund as well, he won't stand in the way of the club progressing. But John, what were your thoughts on that interview, mate? And we've pinpointed 2 words. Reinvent ourselves. Those were the 2 words that Jurgen Klopp used. How did you interpret that interview, and what were the thoughts on the vibe of that interview?
Jurgen Klopp looks a shell of a man that he was. He looks shattered. He looks done. He looks fed up. He's like you said, Jack. I would not be surprised if he walks, because he is that kind of man where he will put the club in, not just the club, but the fans in the city before himself.
Yeah,
he said several times how much he loves the club and loves the fans, and he loves the city. So he's not that kind of man that will stand there and watch Liverpool keep putting in performances, I guess, and stand in somebody else's way and coming in and trying to progress the team.
Yeah, it's what's on there, John. I'll just say to Phil's comments. Do you remember the Bill Shankly? Bill Shankly. I remember the interviews going round of people in Liverpool being broken to the news, obviously before internet and everything, of saying Liverpool did part ways with a certain Bill Shankly. Just saying, Phil. But yeah, carry on, John.
Yeah, no, I do think he could walk for the love of the club. But do I want him to leave? No.
No, we don't.
100%, no chance. But if he feels that him leaving could help Liverpool Football Club progress, then I would fully support this decision. I wouldn't like to see it happen, but I would fully support him in saying what he says.
Yeah, we're all wanting Jurgen to be happy and the best, because he has give us some of the best years, especially in my 27 years of supporting the Reds. Obviously, I didn't grow up in the 70s and 80s, but Jurgen Klopp has been the best manager in my generation time of supporting the Reds.
No matter what happens here, whether Klopp leaves or Klopp stays, no matter what, I'm sorry, but Klopp deserves a statue outside Anfield. For the memories that he gave us and achievements he has achieved, that guy deserves a statue. He came to this club when we were at our very, very lowest. The fans were turning on each other week in, week out.
Yeah.
He pulled the fans together as one. Without that, we would not have won the Premier League title. We would not have won the Champions League title. We would have won the FA Cup. We won every trophy the club could win.
But yeah, at the minute, mate, I watched that interview and I think we all did. Even he's lost for words. And a man like Jurgen Klopp, he's very philosophical in the way in which he expresses his football team. And tactically, Jurgen Klopp, which we will call out tonight, tactically, Liverpool, from Jurgen Klopp and the tactical team, they put this team out tonight and they massively underperformed. Not just tonight, John, was it? It's been an accumulation of this season. And even we'll go on to, obviously, the tactics in terms of Liverpool. We'll get to everyone's comments, most importantly, as well. And chat, don't get me started on Naby. Yeah, that's for another night, another show. Another show. Big up Panov as well. Thank you for tuning in, mate. Glad it was at work. The first half shambles. Pathetic performance all over. What the F is going on when these need? It's Chris. It'll be swinging punches. It's the thing, no, Chris, and we've seen with managers. We've all watched. All of us have watched plenty of managers and games of football all around Europe for a very long time. There's only a certain amount of time a manager can shout at players and give instructions to the players.
Yeah.
It comes down to the players on the pitch, John. And we've seen with certain clubs already, those players need to get behind Jurgen, get behind the manager, listen to his instructions, and execute it on a football pitch.
Yeah. I'm starting to wonder, I sat and watched that game, I'm starting to wonder, is maybe a certain number of these players started down tools?
100%.
Because they're not showing the quality that we know they have and they can perform to. So are they down tools on Jurgen Klopp? And if they are, then I'm sorry, but they need to think their heads and see them. They're an absolute disgrace of what's happening.
Thing is, John, no. Some of those players, and we know the names, have signed all big new contracts.
Exactly.
So it won't be a problem. It won't be a case of them going. We know who will be going.
At the end of the day, it's player power. Players have the power these days.
Yeah, it has been always the case for since football was invented, but especially over the last 20 years, the player power has shifted. And as we've already alluded to, with Klopp, he's the man of principle. But big up Gary as well. One way of putting it, including so-called big players. I'm lost, because I know we're only 7 minutes in, but we will go in depth in terms of the players that we need to talk about, and obviously the tactics as well. But Klopp might be sacked. He won't be sacked, Gary. I think it'll be a case of, as we've already alluded to, me and John, he will walk. If things become unstable in terms of from off the pitch and on the pitch as well, as we've already discussed, Gary, it won't be a case of Liverpool sacking Jurgen Klopp. It'll be a case of Jurgen Klopp walking.
The only thing I worry with Chelsea sacking their manager today, could this be where Jurgen Klopp and FSG can go, right, if we need to make a change, and we need to make the change now and get ahead of Chelsea?
But John, we said this on chat, we said this last week or when the window was open. Why were the owners at Anfield? Why?
Something's happening. Something's going on behind the scenes. Something isn't right there behind the scenes.
John Henry couldn't be asked. John Henry only turns up for the big occasions and for his PR.
Yeah.
To be in the club. Oh, I'm seen to be in Liverpool watching the game. John Henry doesn't give two hoots about Liverpool. Yeah, he owns the club, but in reality, if he actually cared about the club, we're not going to spend too much on normal transfers because the window is shut. I was saying to John before, come on there, it's all right talking about players coming in or out or whatnot. The window's shut, chat, and we all know this.
But we can't change anything now. The window is shut.
We've had 4 years to actually reinforce this Liverpool midfield. Whether that's Klopp wanting to go out and buy reinforcements or Klopp believing, whether you think rightly or wrongly, but in terms of the overall picture, every aspect of the football club, that includes Jurgen Klopp, the owners, everyone involved in terms of transfers, we've not reinforced the midfield. And we've seen tonight, no disrespect to Napoli's midfield, which absolutely dominated us tonight. We're seeing a much better, improved performance. Didn't we, chat and John? When Arthur come on and when Thiago, but when our best midfielders are not on song and they're not playing, Liverpool haven't got a hoping chance of winning football games.
100%. And I'll just go back towards the end of the match, towards Klopp's actions towards the end of the game. I don't know if you've seen it yourself, Jack, but Klopp walked over the fans. He put his hand on his heart and he went, like, yes. Now, is that him saying, I'm sorry? Or is that him giving a hint that, going by the interview, going by his demeanour in the interview and what he did to the fans, is that him saying, I'm sorry? Is that him saying something could change?
No, I think he's done that a couple of times, mate, when we've got absolutely panned in the past.
He's never done an interview like that after doing that.
Yeah.
Are you maybe reading too much into it? I don't know.
Probably, yeah. No, it'll be interesting. Well, it's an interesting point, mate. We'll get to all your comments as well.
Come on, because I'm a Rangers fan, it's not my fault.
What did I? Well, what do I say there? What's that? Oh, it's right. Right, there we go. There we go. Please be respecting John, everyone. Whoever says Klopp out, I'm putting my head. What was it? Sorry, there. Right, yeah. Doug, would you agree what me and John have said, mate? Or have you been listening? Disappointing, really, mate, isn't it?
Just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Honestly, this, like, I thought that was going to finish 5 or 6-1, because the way we were playing, we were very, very poor. And I think Joe Gomez did the Dejan Lovren from Spurs, I think in 18-19, where he just had a very, very poor first half, and he was obviously subbed. Hopefully this is a bit like a turning point, but honestly, I think we've now seen why people are making fun of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Because offensively, he is probably the best in the world, but defensively, he's not right there.
He's been found out, Doug, Annie. I don't think you'll find a Liverpool fan, not just after tonight, but this season. There's no quarters where you can really defend Trent. And there's lack of attitude as well, Doug. Me and John spoke about it at half time. Not just tonight, but Trent's attitude on the pitch stinks.
It does.
It absolutely stinks the place out.
Yeah, it does. And I've actually said this really well now. I think he could do with a place out of the team, to be honest.
Totally agree.
It's the thing, though, Doug, and me and John were saying this before. John, spot on point what Doug said there as well. We haven't got depth. The right back we signed is injured. I was all for playing Gomez right back, but I don't want to see Gomez on a football pitch the way he's playing, as Doug said. We'll move on. I'll get to everyone's comments as well before we do go into in terms of tactics, in terms of. It starts on Navi voice. It's not the manager's fault, as Sam's saying. It's the players as well, as we've already alluded to. Sam, you spot on. But when is the point in terms of where everything collides? Where's the point in where you do stop and go, what else can we do? And even listening to Jurgen Klopp, the lads have listened to the news. Probably you haven't seen the interview. Just go. It will be on YouTube anyway. It'll be on BT, their YouTube channel. But he was complex, and as I said, Jurgen's a man of his words. He's very intelligent and he's very astute with everything he says in press conferences, even in the bad times and the good times as well. He's a man of very few words, but he says the right words, if you get me, in certain moments. These lads have been listening to some same chat for 7 years, having rebuilt the squad. You need to consistently evolve and keep it fresh. Yeah, we spoke about that, Rob, didn't we? And we will probably do a show on that, but we said at halftime, John, has Jurgen Klopp got experience in building a squad in his management career, like rebuilding a squad? Because at his time at Dortmund, he was constantly getting all of his best players nicked off him. Funny.
I don't think he does. Going into the season, a lot of people say about Dortmund's last season, Klopp's last season in Dortmund, sorry. And he didn't rebuild the squad there, did he? So
No.
Can he rebuild the squad at Liverpool? I hope so.
Yeah.
But at the minute, I'm not sure it's possible.
It's another wasted season, Doug, innit? I know we're very, very early on, but it could be just another wasted season again. Players in their prime, wasted again.
I tell you what, these players need an international break. I think some of them are just tired. I think a week off would be just what we need, or two weeks off, whatever it is. But
what happens if we don't get the response, Doug?
Most of them players will go to internationals. They're not going to get a break. They will go to internationals away. They will play games. So they're not going to get a break.
Yeah. Spot on, miss. We'll dive into a tactical point of view. I'm interested in what Doug and John and Jack think as well. We spoke about, obviously, the high line. Liverpool, can we actually... Well, we've got the players to sit deep. Why don't we do it? But I agree with Panoff there, mate. As Vision has said, Arnold was the weakest Napoli winger. It created time and space advantages on him. Yeah, Vision. There's no defense. Nah, now tonight's not the time, Doug. Now's not the time. I know which at least it's made us smile. Wait, you won't. If I see any Liverpool fan defending Trent, just don't. The Trent Gomez McDonald's drive-through has not to be seen again. Oh yeah, 100% there, Scouser, and we spoke about that second half, but we'll probably get onto that as well. But 100 was the weakest. Yeah, we said that, mate. Like I said earlier, they may have spat a dummy out due to Salah's rise. 100%. That's probably another show for another night, mate. But that's 100%. Will be a talking point. We will do a show on that in terms of internally, because there will be a lot of great content being produced by everyone tonight in terms of different viewpoints, but there's a lot of question marks that will stem from not just tonight, but the start of this season. It's down to the sign and just a way to complacent, conservative since COVID times, 100% the Anfield Lark as well. It is probably a massive point, is that, Doug, in it, mate? But as the Anfield Lark said, it is complacency at its finest. Not just this season, but the last 4 seasons in terms of winning the Champions League. We didn't strengthen off the back of that, did we?
No. I think this is it as well. Like, we haven't strengthened since the Champions League. We haven't strengthened since the Premier League win even. Like, we haven't really strengthened. And I think now you're seeing that it's an aging midfield and we badly need midfielders.
Yeah, 100%. Doing has exhausted himself on his show. But yeah, did you watch it? Who's that?
I think he's meaning me, actually. I did a match reaction about I think it was about 10 to 10. I literally just came off. So
as I said, I really do appreciate you and John jumping on. Not the best of circumstances, but win, lose or draw, lads, in it, and everyone in chat. It's very weird seeing Liverpool lose games of football, but it does happen. But I really do appreciate you taking time out, and everyone tuning in tonight. It will be quite ratting through these anyway, but we will go on to the probably closing points anyway. Read that one. Where do Liverpool go from here? That's great. Thank you for leading us on to that question, Gary. It's that could stem into about 10 things, Gary, but we'll try and pinpoint 1 or 2, and just Gary, let us know your thoughts in terms, obviously, and chat in terms of Gary's question there. Where do Liverpool go from here? Please do get your comments in there, chat as well. Yeah, as Russell said, good RJ Spearden. Can he play right back? But yeah, but lads, Doug and chat as well. Well, John, I'll start with you, mate. I've put on my whiteboard anyway in terms of questions. Tactically from Liverpool was an absolutely abysmal tonight. High line. Why did we persist with the high line? We all watched that tonight. We conceded a pen. Lucky enough, Allison saved it. That would have made it 2-0, but he did bail us out. And you'd think maybe that was our let off in the game. And you're like, oh, sounds, we'll react. Well, you'd hope we would have reacted. The high line, or lack of a high line, or lack of any line, defensive line, was at 6s and 7s. Is that like the most disjointed you've seen Liverpool since the Villa game?
Yeah. That literally is the last time I seen them miss spot was the Villa game.
Yeah.
I understand Liverpool want to play the high line. I get why they want to do it. But in games, I guess, why not just drop back slightly? I don't mean sit on the edge of the box, but drop back just that wee bit more.
Drop 20, 30 yards into your box.
More time to react. Because, I'm sorry, if we were sitting back that wee bit further, then we could have stopped some of them goals coming in today. If Trent was defend instead of walking back into defence, was Trent playing up front or was he playing defence?
Yeah, we'll get to Trent chat and oh god, I'm gonna go in on him anyway because he's just because he's a scouser and that my man thinks he's undroppable, and I honestly hope Klopp goes into that Wolves game, even get a kid out of the academy, stick him in, give him an opportunity like he did to Trent. But
that's it. I said all summer we let go of
Nico Williams.
Bradley.
Oh, Bradley, yeah.
And he's a quality player.
He's playing well for, is it Bolton? He's playing, yeah. I think he's been got a goal this weekend as well. So
I'd rather played him over Trent.
Yeah. Doug, as John's just said there, for me, when I was watching that game, was like, why are we consistently wanting to deploy a high line? Surely when the writing's been on the wall in like the opening 10 minutes, you'd think, but that comes from a tactical sense. The coaches are like us; they're watching that on the pitch, but yet nothing gets changed.
The only way a high line works is if you've got midfield runners that are ready to step back. Or the other thing about a high line is if you don't have midfield runners to drop back to defend your defense, then you're always going to get exposed. How many times were they playing all open balls over the top? Every single time, and it just every single time they look like every time they went forward they look like they were going to score tonight.
Yeah, 100%, mate. It's even the high line as well, and as John's alluded to, Doug, or chat as well. How would you approach the Wolves game? Obviously, at home, you can't really sit deeper. But John, are you there, matey? I was going to say in terms of what would you do going into the Wolves game, or from a tactical sense? As you said, would you go into this Wolves game sitting a bit more deeper, would you?
I think we need to change formation. The 4-3-3 isn't anymore. I would go with a 4-2-3-1. So what? I think that gives us a lot more protection defensively than what the 4-3-3 does. Everyone's worked us out. That's the thing. We've played the 4-3-3 for too long now. Everyone has worked it out and know how we play. Why not just change it up? And if 4-2-3-1 doesn't work, then at least we tried. We tried something. Because this formation isn't working anymore.
Doug, did you add to that, or?
I would agree. I would change up. I would do a 4-2-3-1 or even a 4-3-1-2 or something like just something different. Something different.
And the most important thing, Doug, as well, is personnel. What has Costas and chat? What has Costas got to do? Is he wound Klopp up to or done something to Jurgen Klopp that says don't play me, fella? Like, get Costas in, play a couple of the kids if you need to be.
I don't think he was that bad against Everton either. Cost us.
No, he's one of our best players, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
like you look at like every time that Costas was on the ball against Everton, that they were trying to do crosses, but he kept like cutting them out. But see, when Robbo came on, like this is the thing with Robbo, he was allowing crosses to go into the box.
He's been doing that all season, though, as well, hasn't he, mate? Even
Mm-hmm.
that Fulham game. Remember when the ball to the back post was one of their first goals as well? Yeah.
It's really, really worrying that Robbo's out of form, Trent's out of form. I mean, thank goodness for that. Like Thiago's back, and I think we'll probably see Arthur probably play midfield against Wolves as well. But something's just got to change. And I hate to say this, but Salah was an absolute passenger tonight.
Oh yeah, I think it was in the first half when it made in me and John spoke. I think it was half time or like the control and it. Well, that's another show in itself. But since he signed that contract, Doug, he's done an Aubameyang.
I've been worried about this. I've been worried about this conversation that we're going to have, but I do feel that something has happened inside the dressing room. And I wonder if it's to do with that new contract. Maybe Graham Souness was right. Maybe he is starting to be like an Aubameyang kind of. I hope not, because I think Mo Salah is a better footballer than Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and I don't think he's that kind of player to spit his or put his toys out of the pram or anything like that. But. It is a worrying time for him at the moment, and I mean, I'm not one to say that he should be, dropped or anything, but maybe play Jota, maybe play like Nunez, maybe play Diaz, that front three, just try something different.
Yeah, and as obviously Jazz just said there, Klopp needs to switch up things in formation tactics wise, or whether it just makes us unpredictable as well. Maybe that's what Klopp meant when he said we need to reinvent ourselves, a change of formation. Yeah, 100%. And the way I look at it, obviously what Doug said there, John, spot on, and obviously we've all thought this. I look at that situation with Mane. Do you feel those players look at Sadio Mane in terms of the letting him go? Do you think some of these players felt that? I do that. I was going to say in terms of the players thought that Mane was thinking a bit more that he should have had a contract or ahead of Salah. I don't know. Do you reckon, John?
Yeah, no, sorry about that.
No, is that all good? All good, man.
I didn't hear what you said there, mate. I was talking.
Oh, sorry. Do you think the dressing room, as Doug alluded to there, do you think the dressing room, there's certain characters in that dressing room, and we know there's a lot of them because the majority of them are all captains of their national side, but do you think potentially there's people in that changing room looking at the Mane situation where he's left, do you think a couple of those players think that Mane deserved that contract more than than Mohamed Salah?
Oh, it's fun. I was watching something come on Twitter earlier on when the Liverpool were doing their walk around of Napoli.
Yeah.
And just before they get to the hotel, you seen the security guards all run towards Mo Salah to protect him and get him into the hotel. As soon as that happened, the camera panned towards Van Dijk, and Van Dijk just looked to say, "Right, why are you just protecting him?" I think there could be a wee bit of needle in the squad over that contract.
Well, they're only human, aren't they, boys? If we were in a job and we see, obviously, one of our colleagues doing it, especially the players need to be rewarded. But we'll go on to it, lads, and then we'll quickly round off. After the title win, there's no signs FSG must take the blame for that, but the club should bloody demand money to sign players. 100% there, Gary. Couldn't have said it better. But after winning the league, 5 players should have been added. 100%, Gary. summed it up much better than me. 100%. The tactics were rubbish tonight. Why wasn't Nunes starting? Where was Melo or Bajcetic? And if you're fit enough to be on the bench, and I said that when I watched along, you're fit enough to be on the pitch. Me and John mentioned this already this season, and probably Doug as well. We need to switch fingers up as well. How you doing, Russ? Aging squad, as Russ has said there, 100%, mate. And even, obviously, Russ in the early 2000s with your unbeatables in terms of when you had a successful winning side as well, even times under Wenger. You'd always need to improve, don't you? In terms of, as Russ has said there, it is an aging side. But we'll go on to we could be here until the cows come home in terms of the players' performances, but we'll speak about we've kind of touched on Trent, but quickly gloss over his absolute disgraceful performance, Doug. Saying that, we've spoke on Trent. We've said there's no defending him really. He needs. We've said that there's no one really to come in for him, so we haven't got the squad depth. And that points to obviously Gary's comments and a lot of what everyone said tonight. But what do you want to mention, John? I've got the usual suspects, especially I've got Trent's name. We've ticked him off. We've talked about him. I've got Van Dijk, Gomez, Fabinho. George, you want to mention someone else? Who do you want to go at?
Van Dijk. Van Dijk.
Go on.
Right, start of the season.
Yeah.
So you start asking questions about him. He was brilliant last season. I'm starting to think maybe that was adrenaline coming back from injuries, why he was so good last season. Is that injury name maybe catching up on him this season? Because he's been off the pace ever since the start of the season. And I'm starting to worry whether that injury is maybe starting to catch up on him now.
I think he only done one good thing, didn't he, tonight, Doug? And that was clearing the ball off the line.
Yeah.
On one of the goals.
I think Van Dijk, and I've said this, I think I said this on my show earlier. I think Van Dijk is playing like he's in World Cup mode.
Safe.
And I actually think that he deserves to be dropped. I think the way he's playing, he just doesn't look like the same player. And I have a feeling he is feeling like he wants to play in this World Cup, because obviously he missed the Euros because of obviously of injury. But I feel that he is just playing like he is like in World Cup mode, and I feel that he deserves to be dropped.
Yeah, it's the thing, mate. And I think all of us, we watched that game and then we watched along as well. I was screaming, it was like, and chat was saying when everyone was in, Canate would have been starting. He was our best player in that Champions League final.
Yeah.
By a million bloody miles away. He's 22 years old, and I'll tell you what, and if Canate was fit, chat, and lads as well, I think we can all agree, Canate would 100% be starting for Liverpool. I think long term, or short term now, I think it would have been Van Dijk versus Canate. But if we had a fit Canate, I'd literally go, as Chat already alluded to, as soon as Matic come on in that second half, we see them much more secure. But yet again, injuries with Matip. But it's Janfield Lark. Nice one for dropping your comments in, mate, everyone. And thank you for everyone for tuning in. Absolute legend as well. We could be going off our heads, but I don't think that's our style, boys, is it? It's not really. Obviously, we can be down, but we don't want to be effing and jeffing and all that. For me personally, that's not my style. So apologies if you're tuning in expecting that. But yeah, the Anfield Lark agreeing. Yeah, the Asian squad, and I haven't refreshed things enough. Look at the old Manchester United teams, a couple of marquee signings, regular as well, 100%. I think if you could have asked the fans who would you prefer to keep, Mane or Salah, I think Mane fans would have said Mane. Maybe his teammates felt the same because of all-round play as well. And even the Champions League final, yeah, John as well, mate. And Mane, during that first defeat to Real Madrid, he was probably the only one of those players that was actually trying in that game as well. For me, I love Mane. He's probably my favourite player in this period for Liverpool. I know Salah's got all the goals, but you actually watch Mane and he actually cared for the club.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not saying all these players don't, but you got that for Mane, didn't you?
No, you're right. And if you look at it, the back end of last season, Mane was probably our best player. If we actually dig deep, Mo Salah hasn't been right since he came back from the AFCON. He's been really, really poor since AFCON. I don't know how many goals he scored. I've seen. There's no way. I thought he scored more than 10 goals since AFCON.
Salah, you're spot on there, mate. We can all agree. Salah let the club down. He let himself down the back end of this season. Back end of last season, sorry. He could have won the Champions League on his own. Yes, he did have a couple of chances. But when you're spot on there, John and Chat, we can all agree. Yes, you can say, oh, we had a great start of the season. And Mane did 100%, as you said there, John. He stepped up. But when you look at it, Salah, and even Salah this season, regardless of how much, even if he's getting paid 20 quid, 350 quid a week, his performance has been absolute shambles. But as Rob's, we'll quickly touch on Trent, Doug. I know obviously me and John have mentioned on him, but Rob's out of gum anyway. We'll quickly, well, not quickly, but we could be here all night talking about Trent. I'm done out here. Like I'm done defending this lad until his performances start improving. The lad can literally not defend, and he's a right back. I know the right back, the right wing, well, the wing back slots have changed over the last couple of seasons, but his thoughts on Trent, mate, as in terms of his game tonight, or not just tonight, but this season. What does he need to improve?
He's just playing like he's playing like he's like one of the best right backs in the world. He feels like he's just arrogant. There's just something about Trent. He's just something about him this season that's just saying to me, "You arrogant little so-and-so." Like, yeah, if you think you don't deserve to be dropped, then you've got another thing coming, because I'm sorry, but your performances have not been up to scratch tonight. Especially this whole season so far.
100%, mate. Yeah, okay. What you? Yeah, John's agreeing there as well. We probably will do more shows throughout the week. Hopefully, we're in a bit more positive forms as well. I'll quickly touch on Gomez. Shambolic, probably one of the worst games I've seen. I don't think I've got the adjectives in my vocabulary to really describe what I seen. I don't think any of us have.
It was like the Dejan Lovren of old came back.
Give me vibes of Sacco, mate. When I said on my watch along.
Oh yeah,
it was like watching Sacco.
Sacco all day long. That's exactly who he looked like tonight. Sacco.
Yeah, in terms of
falling.
It's absolutely shambles. Like, and it was that. Doug, I'll ask John this in the second chat. When one or two or three of our players are playing bad, we can't get away from results. Other teams, when you look at City or other top teams, even Real Madrid as well, and your top elite sides when they're on top of their game, they can sometimes get away with it. But the way we're playing and the squad depth, as we've alluded to, we require the majority of all of our start 11 to be in tip-top form to win any form of game, don't we?
Yeah. I think we've had a bad mentality of conceding the first goal. Was that like 9 out of the 11 games now that we've conceded the first goal? This is worrying. This is really, really worrying. Like the thing is as well that, you know, we're conceding too many goals recently as well. And
it's that right hand side, don't we? It was like, it's not just tonight, chat, as well, in it, boys. And we've seen it there. Sacco and Lovren, well, Rob, there's some great names. Hang on, have I still got that up? Yeah, hang on, where is it? At least this team won in Naples. There we go, chat.
We'll bring back Carrick.
Well, give Carrick a 6-month loan. Yeah, he's got Carrick. Hang on, I tell you what, at least fair play to that team, though. But yeah, hopefully that's put a little smile on everyone's face anyway. As I said. But no, you're spot on there, Doug. John, the final player, and there probably would be here all night, chat. But chat, let me know your thoughts on Fabinho's game, most importantly. There's probably players that I haven't mentioned. Yes, Mill there. played bad. Fabinho, all of them. And don't get me started on the forward lads. We've mentioned Salah, but Bobby Christ would be here till about next year.
Oh, Bobby was
But
poor.
Fabinho, John, his form's kind of gone under the radar with a lot of people, hasn't it?
It has.
Even me to a certain extent. Like, but tonight actually, I looked more into Fabinho's game than I would usually. That's probably wrong of me, even when I have gone the game as well. But and he will be getting similar with Trent. Those two lads will be getting, and they have done. They've been ran into the ground for the best part of 3-4 years, haven't they? And Fabinho, he's going to end up getting injured, and we're done. If he gets injured, we're done in our midfield.
100%. That's the problem with Fabinho. Fabinho's been running into the ground. Every time, say, Fabinho gets injured, the second Fabinho is back, he's rushed straight back into the team. You can't keep doing that to the guy. I'm not sure he's 29 now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the latter stage of his career. Obviously, for a DM, he could probably get away with it, but he's not a player, John, is he? And just that, he's got an abundance of pace about his game, has he?
He's never had the pace. He's always been about reading the game.
Yeah.
Defensive stability.
Yeah, I think mentally he's shattered. So I don't think he's a bad player. He just needs a rest. But the problem is we have nobody else to give him that rest.
Oh, and yeah, he's spot on there, mate. And that opens a whole kind of worms in terms of we're putting Fabinho into that midfield when he's getting no support at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Harvey Elliott, Christ Almighty, he was the shining light tonight. I know I haven't looked at his stats or statistics really wise. He might have given the ball away loads, but the lad's 19. He's trying his bloody best here, isn't he?
Christ Almighty, yeah.
We can't keep relying on Harvey Elliott, or we're going to burn this guy out and all.
Yeah,
and he's we can't do it to the guy. Really, we're going to end up ruining his career. We burn him out. So 100%. We need more depth in the squad.
100%, mate.
What team in the league relies on a 19-year-old kid?
Let's say Bournemouth. Bournemouth levels, we're saying that. But yeah, spot on there, mate. Imagine if we had dipped our toes in the water with a top player from last season. Defo really appreciate FSG, but sometimes something's gone wrong this window. It's is it now a new sporting director? All right, let's get David Camoli in, boys. I appreciate you coming down for that. we go round. That's what is it? We go round that all again, Doug, won't we? In that direction. Joe Sacco and Virgil van Loveren. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Love you, Rob, anyway. Absolute legend. Christ. Besides Ramsey, do we have anyone in the youth ranks? Well, John and John Doug alluded to the lad that we've sent out on loan. I'm going to switch this Champions League show off. Yeah, get in the bin because I'm watching teams actually score some great goals, and we've only had one tonight. But yeah, we haven't really panned off, have we? I tell you what, get him back out very soon. Get Jimmy Traore, put him back in his box as well, innit? There we go. Just stood in the
Traore. Jesus Christ.
List of people I blame: John Moore, Julian Woods,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And Ricky from the 1892 Reds podcast. I'm going to clip this and then send it to Ricky. That's top class there. Would you agree with that, Doug, as well?
Fuck's sake, come on.
I was only joking.
He's not blaming a Rangers fan.
Oh, no, he's not blaming.
I do, because Rangers fucking picked me off and all.
No, replace me with John. Hey, Rob, it's me jinxing the streams, doing live stream watch-alongs.
Fucking 5-0.
I mean, it's the new sport.
5-0.
Oh, yeah. Meet new sporting director that messed up the window. Yeah, there's so much. As I said, I really appreciate everyone tuning in. Absolute legends. But we could be here all night, and there will be a lot of content coming this week. Obviously, analysing it, but yeah, Doug. thank you most importantly for coming on, mate.
Pleasure.
Just shout out your channel and obviously what content you got coming up this week, mate, please.
Yeah, the Dugout Football channel right there. And most things this week. Oh, hello. I did not expect that. I'm literally just about to make a stream for tomorrow. I've got the lads from Sweet and Sour Soccer on tomorrow to do a Liverpool Wolves preview. That'll be at 6 o'clock. So if you want to tune into that, then feel free. But yeah, just come and check me out the Dugout Football channel and subscribe to these two fabulous gentlemen as well.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate, for coming on. Really do appreciate it, taking time out. And obviously, please do head over, support Doug's channel. You get Doug to 3, 4, 5K. One of the most hardest men, working men, I know on YouTube as well. And one of my very close mates that I've had the privilege of meeting. And I'm hoping to get down to Scotland sometime to see both of these two very soon. Anyway, you'll just find me in.
Yeah, a very interesting night.
Oh, yeah. You just hear some random scouts in the middle of Scotland, wouldn't you? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I've took Liverpool's defeat very badly. Got out the Oh, it was it. It's the Scottish. Is it taking the pish? Is it?
Taking the Michael. Taking the Mickey.
Taking the Mickey. Yeah, there we go. But John, thank you very much for jumping on, mate. Just shout out your channel, mate, and obviously what you got coming up. We'll probably do a post-match reaction tomorrow, won't we, mate? I'll do one on your channel, mate. But just big up, shout out your channel, matey.
Yeah, it's Glasgow Ray Chats, YouTube and Twitter. There is going to be a video, hopefully tomorrow, maybe as Jack maybe come on that there in XD.
Yeah, definitely.
So there will be a video tomorrow. What time, I'm not too sure. But keep an eye. There will be a video tomorrow in. Thank you very much for having us on, mate. Really appreciate it. And everyone, go like and subscribe to these guys' channels because they're absolute standard channels.
But yeah, no, as I said, it's just the community. I'm just happy that I can speak to you two because I don't know. I would have been, like everyone probably listening or watching, looking at a wall into the abyss. Or just I would have been standing in the corner of the garden in the pitch black. Just like I would have been doing sort of like weird, just staring at the kettle, just like what has happened to us, Lydia. But gents, thank you very much for jumping on, mate, and looking forward to it as well. But thank you most importantly, Panov as well, Rob, Janfield Lark as well. Every single one is that obviously tuned in, as I said. Disappointing Reds. We've got to look at the positives and the negatives, which we have tonight. As I said, I think I could have, and all three of us and chat, we could have come on and ranted and raved. But as we already discussed, Jurgen Klopp, he's certainly got the quality to get us out of the mire in which we do find ourselves in. And funny things have happened in football, haven't they, lads, in chat? Funny things have happened. Jurgen Klopp, I think and I hope he has got the answers to the Liverpool's disappointment in the beginning of the season. But quite frankly, we're lucky that it's happened this early on, would you say, boys?
Yeah.
And it's very early on in the season. One group stage game into the season. As we said, Real Madrid lost their first Champions League game last season against Sheriff, and yes, we've lost ours. But what we're hoping most importantly, Reds, and as it says, you'll never walk alone, Reds. Get behind our boys, even in the goods and even more in the bad times as well. We love support all these players. Yes, we can all critique, but it's about constructive criticism, and the lads are learning, which we know they will. They won't need Jürgen or to listen to all of us. They'll know themselves deep down. But gents and ladies, thank you for tuning in, everyone, as well. But look, I think it wouldn't surprise me, Gary, if we did see Bajcetic give an opportunity. I mean, there was a couple of up to that, and we'll be back 100% down for like 100%, mate. You go to all the away games as well, and safe travels to obviously all the Reds in Naples as well. Most importantly, look after themselves, and obviously everyone, and big up to all the Napoli team tonight. Absolutely phenomenal tonight. But chat, right? Enough of me rambling. The lads want to go to bed. You want to go to bed. and we want to wake up tomorrow with a bit of positivity. Yeah. Bring on the Reds. Get 3 points against Wolves, which we'll be doing a pre-match build-up show. You never walk alone. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. And we'll see you tomorrow as well. You never walk alone.